How's it going? Happy Canada Day, everybody. Hope you guys all had a great day and, you know, got a little bit of sunlight out there. Yeah. It's probably a better time, more better than ever to be a proud Canadian, with everything going on. You may not agree with the politics, that are going on and whatnot, but this country, I still believe, is the best one in the world. And I think Canada's the shining beacon light on the hill, the top of the hill. And, Switzerland might have something to say about that, but you know what I'm saying. So I know a lot of you are Canadian, and, I just want to tip my hat, give a little cheers, and happy Canada Day, everybody. So it's 8 o'clock, and today, to help celebrate, we have a special edition, a Canada Day edition, and we're going to be crowning tonight. There you go, JT. Yeah, that's right. And we're made up of cultures from all around the world, and as long as one culture doesn't take over the other, and we stay multicultural, we're good. But that's it from my politics side, because to me, music is that one thing that brings the whole world together. You can't be angry when you're hearing a good song and whatnot. And you're going to hear not only a few good songs tonight, you're going to also hear some great Canadian talent. I'm going to be counting down the top 20 Canadian bands in history, all time, and crowning the GOAT tonight. You may or may not be surprised, I'm not sure, but it's 8 o'clock, so you guys can definitely start right now typing in who you think will be crowned the GOAT. And if yours, okay, Darren's first there with Tragically Hip. Now keep in mind, if Darren says Tragically Hip and somebody else says it after, Darren gets the victory because he typed it in first. That doesn't mean you can't type in Tragically Hip as well, just to show your knowledge. But Mary's got Nickelback. The great choices are coming already, as I always expect. Type in who you think. If you wanted Nickelback, for instance, and Mary already took it, but you want a chance at winning, then pick somebody else. There's a lot of great bands out there. And with that, I'm DJ Ray. I'm here every Tuesday night live on both TikTok and Facebook at 8 p.m. sharp. My show is called Music Goats with DJ Ray, the GOAT standing for the greatest of all time. And tonight, appropriately, is the greatest Canadian band of all time. And we're going to jump right into it. And with that, we're also going to do our little Name That Tune thing. But tonight, Rush, look at that, eh? Tonight, we're going to be playing a song from the band. So what I want from you guys, just all in fun, and this might be tough with picking your if you can try to pick the song, but I'm just wondering if it'll confuse Mummy Dearest by picking the band, which I'm about to play. Maybe just say something like, put an X in front of it. That means you're not picking it as your song for the GOAT. You're just picking it. You're not picking it for the band. Supertramp's not Canadian. JT, come on. So when I play this number 20 song, just remember you have to put an X in front of it, or Mommy Dearest isn't going to know that you're responding to the song. It's all in fun, but I like to see who can pick the band. Okay? So with that said, let's get right into it with band number 20. And I'll play a little bit of the band. You guys ready? Let's do it. Mary, look at you. Look at you. Okay. Men with these, only thing you didn't do. Okay, but if you do the song, that's okay. You don't have to put an X in front of it. But if you do the band, so that Mummy Dearest doesn't think you're picking Men Without Hats, which is what Safety Dance is. You know what? I'm going to give one each. Darren put the X and the band, and Mary came first with Safety Dance. So Mary and Darren both have one. right now, okay? Keep in mind, you want to win Uncle Mike, Rolling Stones, come on. So this is just for fun, leading up to the GOAT, which is the real thing. And if you are the winner tonight and pick the GOAT, we're the first to type in whoever the GOAT is, the greatest Canadian band of history, you will be added to our leaderboard with Uncle Mike, who has 3 championships, Teddy, who has 2, and Darren, Ange, Hunter, and Jay, who have 1. And at the end of this summer, beginning of fall, I'm going to be announcing a best of the best tournament. And keep in mind, you want to win as many weeks as possible, because every week you win is going to give you an advantage that I will announce later at a different time. So in all fun, I'm not going to keep score or anything, but it looks like Mary and Darren have 1 each. So number 20 is Men Without Hats. Originating out of Montreal, but based in Vancouver, this Canadian pop rock band is primarily characterized by the baritone voice of their lead singer, Ivan Doroschuk. Hope I said that right. Between the years 1982 and 2022, they have produced a total of 8 studio albums. They achieved their greatest popularity in the 1980s with Pop Goes the World and the Safety Dance song we just heard, which topped the charts in Denmark, Portugal, JT, and South Africa, while peaking at number 3 in the US and number 11 in Canada. Eventually, this recording would go on to be inducted into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame, coming in at number 20 on the greatest Canadian band of all time, Men Without Hats. All right, let's continue moving on. And just before I do that, Viva Portugal. Yeah, I'm Italian and English. After the show, don't forget we have our little after show thing for about 10 or 15 minutes where we just kind of chat about today's and Canada Day and music and stuff like that. So, of course, our beautiful moderator, my sister Ange, will be organizing that near the end of the show. And you guys can pop up and we can all have a little chat. But, please share the live as much as can and tap and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Coming in at number 19 on DJ Ray's greatest Canadian band of all time. Can you guys guess? Let's do it.
Summer night, storm clouds in the air.
It's not the right song, Teddy. Lyrics are there.
I'm feeling in the best that I'm hardly aware.
Oh, there you go, Teddy. You got it. Coming in at number 19, that's Teddy, Darren, and Mary all with 1. This one not for sure, eh, Dancing Queen? Well, it's Honeymoon Suite, and it's called New Girl Now, that song. But the band is Honeymoon Suite, and they're coming in at number 19. Formed in 1981 out of Niagara Falls, Ontario, this Canadian pop rock band has released 8 studio albums between the years 1984 and 2024. Their biggest U.S. singles include New Girl Now from 1984, Feel It Again from 1986, and What Does It Take, also in 1986. The 80s were good for them. Led by singer Johnny D, these songs also charted well in Canada, alongside their highest charting Canadian single, Love Changes Everything, released in 1988. So coming in at number 19 on the greatest Canadian bands of all time, the greatest Canadian GOAT of all time, number 19 is Honeymoon Suite. Yeah, they do a lot of those free concerts, Teddy, and stuff. I personally loved Honeymoon Suite. Like, I would have put them higher, but, the numbers have them here at number 19. And, they didn't really infiltrate the United States. And keep in mind, as much as I'm as Canadian as the next guy, I base these charts primarily on the Billboard Hot 100, which is, to me, the charts of the world, and they're American charts. After that, I would base it. Is that you, Jilly? Hi, honey. My daughter's here. Look at that, Rennie. Okay, well, that's cool. Thanks for the hat. We'll talk a bit. Okay, so Uncle Mike's picking Loverboy, another great pick. So yeah, sorry, I just got a little thrown there for a sec. So number 19 is Honeymoon Suite, and like I was saying, I usually base these charts pretty much on American charts, and then secondary on Canadian and the UK charts for the most part. It's not like I go to Italy and their charts and see how it did and stuff, although I recognize other countries here and there, but just so you know. So even though these are Canadian bands, I'm really basing it on the American charts. Okay, let's continue on with band number 18. Greatest Canadian band of all time. You guys ready? Let's do it. This one might be a little difficult. Oh, looks like JT got it just slightly before Darren. Yeah, and Darren, you didn't put an X inside of Finger 11. I don't mind if it's the song. If you're doing the song and not putting the X, that's fine. But if you're doing the band, just put the X so that Mummy Dearest doesn't think that it's a pick for the GOAT, you know. I'm not saying Finger 11 couldn't be the GOAT, but coming in at number 18, it is Finger 11, relatively newer band, and that song was Paralyzer. So, formed in 1990 out of Burlington, Ontario, this Canadian rock band has released several studio albums, 6 as Finger 11 and 1 as the Rainbow Butt Monkeys. Their most popular singles include One Thing, 2003, and the song you just heard, Paralyzer, from 2007, both of which landed within the top 20 on the US Hot 100 charts. Their single One Thing also won the Much Music Award for Best Video in 2004. In 2008, they won the Juno Award for Album of the Year, and in 2023, they released their long-awaited Greatest Hits compilation. Coming in at number 18, Finger 11. Okay, with that, just a quick reminder. Everybody say hi to my daughter, if she's still here, at Rennie, gracing us with her presence tonight. So, yeah. Thus far, we've got at number 20, Men Without Hats. At number 19, Honeymoon Suite. And at number 18, Finger 11. Greatest Canadian band of all time is coming up when we get to number 1. Just before that, though, a reminder, I'm DJ Ray. I'm here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. sharp on both TikTok and Facebook Live. My show is called Music Goats with DJ Ray, the GOAT standing for the greatest of all time in different music themes. Of course, tonight, hi, Labaz. Nice to see you. Of course, tonight's theme has to be Canadian. So we want to know who is the greatest Canadian band of all time? So let's continue. Let's get to song number 17. Sorry, band number 17. But this song that I'm about to play, one of my favorites for sure. And see if you can guess it. The band. Put an X beside it if it's the band. Or you can name the song. There you go, Darren.
Don't tell me I'm wrong, 'cause I've been watching every move that you make.
Great job, Darren.
Oh, you steal, and you make
Darren came to play tonight. I like that competitive style. It must be the fact that it's Canada Day and he's just flexing a little bit. So yeah, song number 17, or band number 17, I keep saying song. Band number 17, the song was called Try, of course, and good job on naming the band. Blue Rodeo comes in at number 17. Originating out of Toronto, Ontario, this Canadian rock band was formed in 1984 by high school friends Jim Cuddy and Greg Keeler. Between 1987 and 2021, Blue Rodeo has released 16 studio albums, 4 live recordings, and a greatest hits album. Although they didn't chart in the US, their popularity was very evident in Canada. Blue Rodeo had several top 10 hits in their native country, including their best known singles, Try, 1987, Diamond Mine, 1989, Till I'm Myself Again, 1990, and Lost Together, 1992, just to name a few. Number 17, as we make our way towards the GOAT, Blue Rodeo, the greatest Canadian band of all time, In Search of It. Okay, let's keep going. We got a bit of a roll here. Let's see. This one's going to be tough. Okay, I'll be really impressed who gets this one, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of this band, but they definitely deserve the number 16 spot, as you'll find out in a sec. So see if you can guess it. You can either name the song or the band. I'll be shocked if somebody gets this one. Look at JT. Wow, buddy. Viva Portugal. JT, I'm impressed, buddy. That's great. That's your first one, too, eh? He gets a hard one. That's right. Number 16, I'm not going to play too much more of it, is Reflector, which was this band's biggest song, for sure. And it's by a band named Arcade Fire. You might have heard of them. Coming in at number 16. Originating out of Montreal, Quebec, this Canadian indie rock band was founded in 2001 by friends and classmates Win Butler and Josh Dew. Between the years 2004 and 2025, Arcade Fire have released several studio albums, including their second studio album, Neon Bible, which won the 2008 Juno Award for Best Alternative Album of the Year. Their third studio album, The Suburbs, also received many accolades, including the Grammy Award for Album of the Year, the Juno Award for Album of the Year, and, check this one out, the Brit Award for Best International Album, all in 2011. Good year for this band. And on that note, just a reminder, when you ever hear the Brit Award, it's basically England, UK's version of the Grammy Award, which in my opinion is the second biggest award you could be, after the Grammy, the American one. The Brit Award would, in my opinion, be number 2. And then I'd maybe say the Juno next, but the American Music Awards are pretty big too. So whatever, but big awards. Coming in at number 16, and JT, Viva Portugal, buddy, takes it. Arcade Fire, number 16. Okay, you guys will remember this one, I'm sure, a fun one. And a band that you might not realize did as well as they did, but this song certainly helped. You guys ready? Here's band number 15 on the greatest Canadian band of all time. Darren, look at, Dancing Queen, you were so close. So close. Keep tapping, guys, I love it. Look at that. See, Teddy, you did too many X's. It took too long. Good job, you guys know this one. Okay, who got there first, though? That was Darren. Darren's on fire tonight. Okay, good job. Coming in at number 15 on DJ Ray's greatest Canadian band of all time. You're right, Glass Tiger, number 15. Okay, originating out of Newmarket, Ontario. A lot of Ontario bands so far. So far, they've all been from, the Montreal Arcade Fire was from Quebec. Originating out of Newmarket, Ontario, this pop rock band has released 5 studio albums, including their 1986 debut LP, The Thin Red Line. This album produced 2 of their biggest songs, Someday and their Canadian chart-topping single, Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone, which also reached the number 2 spot in the US on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. Impressive. Led by lead singer Alan Frew, Glass Tiger won a total of 5 Juno Awards. And in 1987, they were Grammy nominated as Best New Artist. And those are some pretty good accolades. And it's really based on, Glass Tiger's this close to being a one-hit wonder, but they're not. that song you just heard was so big, even in the U.S., Grammy nominated, everything, you know. So yeah, Glass Tiger, a little surprising to me, comes in at number 15 on the greatest Canadian band of all time. And with that, I just want to remind you, I'm DJ Ray. I'm here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on both TikTok and Facebook. My show is called DJ Ray's Music Goats, or Music Goats with DJ Ray. The GOAT stands for the greatest of all time in different music categories. Tonight, of course, has to be a Canadian category. The greatest Canadian band of all time. Al, you're right. And yeah, we've so far counted down. Number 20 was Men Without Hats. Number 19 was Honeymoon Suite. Number 18 was Finger 11. Number 17, Blue Rodeo. Number 16, Arcade Fire. Number 15, Glass Tiger. And number 14, let's see who can guess. Dramatic entrance. LeBaz. Is that LeBaz? LC Baz? Great job. Did you put an X? You did put an X. Good job. Okay. Our Lady Peace. Clumsy. That song is called Clumsy, and it's by Our Lady Peace. LC Baz, with her little Canadian flag, or his little Canadian flag. I'm not sure. I think it looks like a girl maybe in that picture, but if I'm wrong, sorry about that. Good job, LC Baz. Coming in at number 14, Our Lady Peace. Formed in 1991 out of Toronto, this Canadian alternative rock band has had chart success with singles like Superman's Dead, 1997, Clumsy, 1997, Somewhere Out There, 2002, and Innocent, also in 2002. Led by lead vocalist Rain Maida, Our Lady Peace has sold several million albums worldwide. Their accolades include 4 Juno Awards and 10 Much Music Video Awards, which is the most ever awarded to a band. A funny story about Our Lady Peace, and my sister can attest to this one, is I used to throw some pretty big parties back in my day, and we used to have live bands. We'd have, a DJ usually upstairs at this particular house in the Pharmacy Lawrence area. And this band, so I had this one party, and my girlfriend at the time, her brother was playing in a band called As If, ASIF, and he noticed we had a really good band playing. The place was packed and everything. He asked if he could play my next party. And I asked him if he's a cover band. I only wanted cover bands. Obviously, I don't want originals. He said he was original. I am like kind of one of these. As it turns out, Paul's no longer with the band. He kind of missed that boat. But as it turns out, the band was Our Lady Peace. And Rain, I remember when I think this was one of their very first gigs they ever played. They weren't even called Our Lady Peace yet. And it was just so funny watching them, because one of my buddies, he's a real treat, let's just say, was just heckling them like crazy and whatnot. And to look back, and we even have videotape, I believe it's out there somewhere anyway, but funny story. Anyway, coming in at number 14 on DJ Ray's greatest Canadian band of all time, Our Lady Peace. Okay, let's keep moving on. This next one's kind of interesting. You don't think of them too much, but yet they are probably the most classic. Well, I shouldn't say too much more. Let's see if you can just guess it.
Virgil Kane is the name, and I served on the Danville train till Starbucks cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. In the winter of '65.
Who said it first there? Teddy. Way to go, Teddy. Good job, Teddy. Coming in at number 13, a band known as The Band. And that song, incidentally, was The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. See, you know, when I was younger, I never knew the band was a Canadian band because there's one American on this group that is probably the spotlight, but the rest of the band, well, anyway, let me tell you a little bit more. Other than legendary American musician Levon Helms, this next band consisted of Canadians Rick Danko, Garth Hudson, Richard Manuel, and Robbie Robertson. Formed in Toronto back in 1957, their most popular singles include The Wait, 1968, Up on Cripple Creek, 1969, and The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, also in 1969. In 1989, the band was inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, and in 1994, they were also added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 2008, this iconic group received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2014, they were inducted into Canada's Walk of Fame. That's quite some hardware. This band gets overlooked a lot, maybe because they're called The Band, and people are like, okay, what's the band's name? The Band. Okay, what's their name? Anyway, I don't know if they picked the right name, but amazing band that somewhat gets overlooked for their talent and innovation and the inspiration they led to many others. And like I say, Levon Helms was kind of the star of the band, and he was the American. But I mean, Rick Danko, Robbie Robertson. I mean, they're pretty big Canadians too in their own right. So coming in at number 13, it is The Band. Okay, oh, this next band is so cool, and let's get into it. Let's just get into it. Teddy. Teddy, are you an ex-DJ or something? Like I swear to God, all you guys here are just never continue to amaze me, you know? Yes, Teddy's right. Coming in at number 12 is Saga. Originally formed in 1992, guess where? Out of Norwood, Ontario. This Canadian rock band was initially known as Groundswell. In 1995, they disbanded and regrouped in 1997 under their current name. Oh, wait, I got the wrong one. Strike all that from the record, okay? Edit. Originating out of Oakville, Ontario. This progressive rock band, Saga, was formed in 1977. I'm sitting there, 1995, what the heck? Blip. By members Michael Sadler and Jim Crichton. Over the years, Saga has recorded multiple albums, including their 1981 LP, Worlds Apart, which produced their two signature hits, Wind Me Up and the one you just heard, On the Loose. Following the success of this album, Saga won the 1982 Juno Award for Most Promising Group of the Year. Overall, this band has sold more than 8 million albums worldwide, with some of these LPs being awarded gold and platinum status. Saga is one of those bands that you picture as a very Canadian band that didn't really infiltrate other parts of the world, but selling 8 million albums is pretty impressive. Some of these LPs were awarded gold and platinum status. So, yeah, good on you for guessing that one. Was that you? Who guessed that one? Was it? Anyways, good on you. You guys are coming out pretty quick on these. And I know there's a little delay, so it's even faster. So number 12 goes to Saga. And that song, again, was called On the Loose. Okay, let's continue with band number 11. I don't know if this one will be hard or not. Let's see. Elsie Baz, look at you. Good job. Dancing Queen, they are hard. You know why? Because Canada, a lot of these, it's going to get easier. We're getting into the top 10, but a lot of these bands, you know, they don't, I mean, you still should know them. You're Canadian, you know. That was right. LC Baz gets it with 3 Days Grace, and the song was, incidentally, Just Like You. Originally formed in 1992, this Canadian rock band was initially known as Groundswell. In 1995, they disbanded and regrouped in 1997 under their current name, 3 Days Grace. Based in Toronto, the band's original lineup consisted of lead vocalist Adam Gontier, drummer Neil Sanderson, and bassist Brad Walst. In 2003, Barry Stock was recruited as the band's lead guitarist, making them a quartet. Eventually, Brad's brother Matt Walst would also join, making 3 Days Grace a quintet as of the present. Over the years, they have generated many popular singles, including I Hate Everything About You, 2003, Just Like You, the song you just heard, 2004, Animal I've Become, 2006, Pain, 2006, and Never Too Late, 2007, to name just a few. In 2004, they won a Juno Award for their single, I Hate Everything About You. Coming in at number 11 on DJ Ray's greatest Canadian band of all time, celebrating Canada's Day, it's 3 Days Grace. And that song was Just Like You. Okay, we're getting to the top 10 right now. And with that, just another quick reminder, I'm DJ Ray. My show is called Music Goats with DJ Ray. It's on every Tuesday night live on TikTok and Facebook at 8 p.m. sharp. And each week we have a different music theme and crown the GOAT for that music theme. Tonight it has to be about Canada Day. And we're looking for the greatest Canadian band of all time, the GOAT. And so far, I'll give you an update of who we've had since I last updated. At number 14, we had Our Lady Peace. At number 13 was The Band. At number 12 was Saga. At number 11, we had 3 Days Grace. And it's time for the top 10, guys. This one has a bit of an intro, so I'll take a drink. Let's see who can guess this one. If you're picking the band, put an X beside it. Not Styx. There you go, Jay. Jay, is that Jay? Jay, one of our champions? You missed a few. Way to go, Jay. Welcome back. Hiding in the shadows there, buddy. We'll go in a little bit more. Jay, congratulations. And Jay, by the way, is one of our champions. He's got one title so far, so maybe he's here to get his second. I know Uncle Mike hasn't won one in a bit. He's still our leader at 3 championships, and Teddy follows close with 2. Darren, Angie, Hunter, and Jay also have 1 each. So, yes, that was Triumph. Coming in at number 10 on DJ Ray's greatest Canadian band of all time. Formed in 1975 out of Mississauga, Ontario, this Canadian hard rock band was extremely popular throughout the late 1970s and 1980s. Their classic lineup, consisting of Rick Emmett, Gil Moore, and Mike Levine, established Triumph as a power rock band featuring guitar-driven tracks like Hold On, 1979, Lay It on the Line, 1979, the song you just heard, Magic Power, 1981, Fight the Good Fight, and Follow Your Heart, both 1985. No, sorry, just Follow Your Heart, 1985. In 2008, Triumph was inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. And in 2019, they were further added to Canada's Walk of Fame. Coming in at number 10, Triumph. Great band, great band. Just reminds me of my childhood, you know? That's like arena rock stuff, you know? Okay, let's carry on. And as it turns out, this one is my all-time favorite Canadian band of all of them. And I've got a few favorites, but I've always loved this band. Let's see if you can guess them. That's right, Darren. Support Canada business. Teddy, look at you, buddy. You came to play. I know. I mean, congrats, Teddy. That's right. Coming in at number 9, the greatest Canadian rock band of all time, and my number 1. If I was cheating, I would put them number 1, but I can't do that. So, number 9 goes to April Wine. Formed in 1969 from Halifax, Nova Scotia, this legendary act has been my favorite Canadian rock band since I was a teenager. Led by the late Miles Goodwin, they produced a total of 16 studio albums between 1971 and 2006. Their list of popular Canadian singles include songs like You Could Have Been a Lady, 1972, Bad Side of the Moon, 1972, and Tonight is a Wonderful Time to Fall in Love, 1975. By the late 1970s, April Wine's popularity started spreading south of the border, with the release of singles like Roller, 1979, I Like to Rock, 1980, Just Between You and Me, 1981, Sign of the Gypsy Queen, 1981, and Enough is Enough, 1982. In 2009, April Wine was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2010, they were inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. My favorite, rest in peace, Miles Goodwin. Coming in at number 9 on the greatest Canadian band of all time is April Wine. And with that, I just want to remind you about my sister Ange. I'm sure all of you know it. She's very popular about her business. The website is bellamiaboutique.ca. She offers hypoallergenic waterproof jewelry, teeth whitening kits, soy candles, and many other self-care products. So, you know, you were just saying, I think it was JT saying, support Canadian business. Well, let's show it. Let's support my sister's business, bellamiaboutique.ca. Okay, time to carry on with, where are we here? That last one was April Wine. How can I forget? Number 9. And it's now time for song number 8. Band number 8. Oh, look at Darren. Darren, good job, buddy. Let's go in a bit. That's right. Good job, buddy. Coming in at number 8 is Sum 41 on my list of the greatest Canadian band of all time. We're looking for the number 1, and we're just several away. Sum 41 comes in at number 8. Formed in Ajax, Ontario back in 1996, this alternative rock band has recorded 8 studio albums and has sold over 15 million albums worldwide. These LPs have produced several popular Canadian singles, including Fat Lip, 2001, Into Deep, 2001, and the song you were just listening to, Pieces, 2005. Since their inception, Sum 41 has, out of several nominations, has won 2 Juno Awards. The first was in 2003 when they won the award for Group of the Year, and the second was in 2005 when their album Chuck won the Juno Award for Rock Album of the Year. Coming in at number 8, Sum 41. Okay. I almost forgot about that band. They're really good. A little edgy, you know, that's one of their softer songs, Pieces. They can get pretty hard. A bit of a punk vibe, you know. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. It's time for band number 7 as we move towards the GOAT. Let's see if you guys can get this one. Ready? There you go, Darren. You got it, buddy. Teddy just missed it. Bare Naked Ladies.
If I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a house
I would buy you a house.
And if I had a million,
Great job, guys. Guys are on the ball tonight. I tell you, I'm seeing the Canadian pride coming out here. Band number 7, as we make our way towards the GOAT, the Bare Naked Ladies, originating out of Scarborough, Ontario. Ontario is just wild for talent here. Back in 1988, they rapidly developed a following in their native country with their self-titled 1991 cassette becoming the first independent release certified gold in Canada. After releasing catchy singles like, I just got to stop here for a second. With that, the way they submitted their demo on a cassette and whatnot, it was almost like today's equivalent of going viral because they kind of, but there was no internet. But they kind of went viral just from word of mouth. So it's kind of neat. After releasing catchy singles like If I Had $1 Million and Brian Wilson, the Bare Naked Ladies began developing a fan base in the US as well. With momentum on their side, they went on to release popular hits like Jane, 1994, The Old Apartment, 1996, 1 Week, 1998, It's All Been Done, 1998, and Pinch Me, 2000. Having sold over 15 million albums and winning several Juno Awards, in 2018, the Bare Naked Ladies were officially inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 7 on the greatest Canadian band of all time, Bare Naked Ladies. They're an acquired taste, you know, I gotta be honest, and I hate to admit it, lived in Scarborough for a bit of time when they were just coming up, and just wasn't a fan. But as time goes on, you listen to some of this stuff and you can see a bit of the genius in it. And obviously the numbers don't lie. They are number 7 on the list of the greatest Canadian bands of all time, looking for that GOAT. Okay, 1 Week, their biggest. I can't deny or verify that one, but you might be right. It's pretty big. Okay, let's continue on. Just before I do, just a reminder, I'm DJ Ray. I'm here every Tuesday night live at 8 p.m. on both TikTok and Facebook. My show is called Music Goats with DJ Ray. The GOAT stands for the greatest of all time in different music themes. Happy Canada Day, everybody. Tonight's theme is the greatest Canadian band of all time. And this one, After April Wine, might be my second favorite. Might be. Let's see if you guys can guess who it is. Keep tapping that screen, as Mummy Dearest says. Always listen to Mummy. Teddy, buddy, you are becoming... I don't know what's going on here, but nice job, JT. But Teddy came in first. Let's move in a bit. Photo finish, it was. All right. Teddy, once again, this is a recording, but congrats on getting in there first once again. Number 6 on the greatest Canadian band search of all time is Loverboy, and that song was called Turn Me Loose. Formed in, something different, Calgary, Alberta, back in 1979. This legendary Canadian rock band has recorded 9 studio albums and released several top 40 singles in both Canada and the US. Some of their most notable hits include the song you just heard, Turn Me Loose, 1980, Working for the Weekend, 1981, When It's Over, 1982, Hot Girls in Love, 1983, Lovin' Every Minute of It, 1985, and Heaven in Your Eyes, a little soft ballad side of the band, 1986. Led by lead singer Mike Reno, Loverboy has sold over 20 million records worldwide, and many of their songs can still be heard on many radio stations throughout both Canada and the US. I always felt Loverboy got snubbed a bit by the US because there was bands, Canadian bands, I won't mention names or whatever, that were getting some airplay and whatnot. and Loverboy got snubbed. Even though they've had hits on the Billboard Hot 100, I think they deserved a better fate. In my opinion, Loverboy was, talk about arena rock, but yeah, they're right up there. Coming in at number 6, the nod goes to Loverboy, which takes us to the top 5. This is where it gets real fun, guys. Top 5 Canadian bands of all time on Canada Day. Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so let's carry on with the 5th greatest band. You guys might be a little surprised by this, but we'll explain. You guys ready? See if you can guess.
All right.
Elsie Baz, nice. Just beat Darren, eh? Jay tried to get in there too. Teddy, 4th. Good job, though.
Under sky, so smoky blue green, and I don't want to swim.
Tragically Hip, that's right. Elsie Baz, what's that, your 3rd one? Just showing up and kicking some butt, looks like. Almost playing in that same league that Teddy's in right now. Different atmosphere. That's right. How can it be a greatest Canadian band of all time without the Tragically Hip? When music was great, JT, you're right. That song was New Orleans is Sinking, and band number 5 is the Tragically Hip. Formed in Kingston, Ontario, back in 1984. This blue-collar rock band was extremely popular with its immense Canadian fan base. Led by the late Gord Downie, the Tragically Hip recorded a total of 13 studio albums and released several Canadian classics, including Blow at High Dough, 1989, New Orleans is Sinking, 1989, Boots or Hearts, 1990, Little Bones, 1991, Twist My Arm, 1991, Locked in the Trunk of a Car, 1992, 50 Mission Cap, 1993, Courage, 1993, and their number 1 Canadian single, Ahead by a Century, 1996. Although they never really charted well in the US, almost every track they've ever released seems to be a national anthem here in Canada. Throughout the Hip's legendary career, they have received numerous Canadian music awards, including an incredible 17 Juno Awards. Coming in at number 5, and the ultimate Canadiana band. If you're basing it on that, Tragically Hip would take it. Coming in at number 5, on the greatest Canadian band of all time, is the Tragically Hip. I don't even know if I noticed anybody picking them, which is a little shocking. But I thought a lot of people would pick them as the GOAT. But that's okay. You know what? These are all perspective in many ways. Not so much from mine, but from your perspective, any of these could be the greatest of all time. Mine is April Wine, right? Greatest Canadian band, but they were number 9. And speaking of the numbers, let's just back up for where we were. Starting with number 10 was Triumph. Number 9 was April Wine. Number 8 was Sum 41. Number 7, the Bare Naked Ladies. Number 6, Loverboy. And number 5 was Tragically Hip, which takes us to band number 4. Oh, what do we got here? I think Darren meant to say BTO, but Teddy said BTO with an X. I'll give them a tie because, yeah, I just got this weird. Okay, TikTok's doing some weird things saying I'm. Okay, you know what? I don't know what TikTok's doing here. I'm seeing some weird stuff here about playing the music, which I don't get because I see so many DJs out there playing full songs. So if this has to Can you guys still hear me? Okay. It says here, live will end in 4 minutes, 5 seconds. We have detected inactivity during your current live. Whatever that means.
Q O P
I,
F
give me 1 second,
L.
guys. Okay, so can you hear me there? Let me see. I think we got it back here. Okay, that might be it. You might be right. Some are copyright or whatever, but we're almost there. Let's finish it up. Canada Day. Come on, we can't play Canadian music. What is this world coming to? Jeez. Okay. Anyway, that was number 4 by BTO, formed in Winnipeg, Manitoba, back in 1973. Bachman Turner Overdrive is an iconic Canadian rock band that was founded by 3 brothers, Randy, Robbie, and Tim, along with Fred Turner. Having sold over 30 million albums worldwide, they have produced some of the greatest guitar-driven songs of the 1970s on either side of the border. Some of their highest charting singles include songs like Taking Care of Business, 1974, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, 1974, Roll On Down the Highway, 1975, and Hey You, also in 1975. A 3-time Juno Award winner, in 2014, Bachman Turner Overdrive, affectionately known as BTO, were officially inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, coming in at number 4 on the greatest Canadian rock band of all time, BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive. And that song was Taking Care of Business. And yes, happy Canada Day, Mark. Glad to have you aboard, buddy. Oh, is that what it means, Ange? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Thought it was for the music, but maybe not. Okay. So we're down to our top 3, guys. I don't know. Do we have a winner yet? This is the big question. Did anybody pick the GOAT? By the way, last week was the first time I stumped you. We had the greatest one-hit wonder of all time, and it was Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Nobody picked it, but that was a tough one. I didn't think this one would be so tough, so let's see. Let's find out. Okay, coming in at number 3, can you guys guess the band? Let's find out.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling. And this is how you
Mary,
remind
back in the
me.
running. Way to go, Mary.
This is how you remind me. I've been wrong. I've been down to the bottom of every bottle. These stop words in my head scream.
Are we having fun yet? Of course we are. It's Canada Day. Coming in at number 3, congrats, Mary, on getting in there first. That song was called How You Remind Me. Of course, the band is Nickelback. Formed in Hanna, Alberta, this Canadian rock band has consisted of the 3 same members ever since its inception in 1995. Singer and guitarist Chad Krieger, keyboardist Ryan Peake, and bassist Mike Krieger. Their big breakthrough came in 2002 with the release of the chart-topping single you just heard, How You Remind Me. From this point forward, Nickelback began releasing hit after hit with songs like Too Bad, 2002, Someday, 2003, Photograph, 2005, Rockstar, 2006, and Gotta Be Somebody, 2008, to name just a few. Having sold in excess of, check this out, 50 million albums worldwide, Nickelback is one of the best-selling rock bands in Canadian history. In 2023, they were officially inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. And I gotta say something here. For some strange reason, Nickelback has always been the subject of disdain by many music enthusiasts due to their perceived mediocrity as a hard rock band and maybe Chad Krieger's dislikable persona. Personally, I don't see any of that. I've never seen it. Okay, maybe Chad Krieger's, but I've seen nerdier lead singers. So I don't get it. I think they rock out. I think they're amazing, Nickelback, to be honest with you. I'll go on record saying that. So for all you Nickelback haters, I think you should really reconsider and listen to some of their old albums in particular. Coming in at number 3, Nickelback. Okay, these next two bands, wow. Shuffle and see who's first here. Okay. We're not going to waste any more time with band number 2. Let's do it. Mark. Oh, look at that. Way to go, Mark. It's your first one, eh? I love seeing the participation. Uncle Mike, are you not participating or not fast enough? You're our champion of champions so far. I want to see some more. So let's see. If you said Rush, that's who it is. Number 2, Rush. Formed in Toronto way back in 1968, this Canadian progressive rock band is best known for its power trio, consisting of Geddy Lee on bass and vocals, Alex Lifeson on lead guitar, and the late Neil Peart on drums. Together, this dynamic threesome has recorded an amazing 19 studio albums between the years 1974 and 2012. Their most popular singles on both sides of the border include songs like Closer to the Heart, 1977, The Spirit of Radio, 1980, Limelight, 1981, Tom Sawyer, 1981, and their chart-topping single, New World Man, 1982. With sales of approximately 42 million albums worldwide, they have won a total of 19 Juno Awards. In 1994, they were inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, and in 2013, they were also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Great numbers, and even though they sold 8 million records less than Nickelback, you just have to put Rush at number 2, which makes you wonder, if Rush isn't number 1, who could it be? Who? But just before we announce that and see if there's a winner, I'm not sure there is, because remember, you have to guess the winner before I get to number 5. I may not have mentioned that earlier, but you're allowed to change your picks up until number 5, but after that, you pretty much have to be locked in. So I haven't been given any reports of a winner yet, so I'm going to assume I stumped you 2 weeks in a row on Canada Day, guys. And this one's not hard like the one-hit wonder last week, but anyway, just before I announce it, I want to remind you once again to support Canadian business, and you can start with my sister, and her business is called Bella Mia Boutique. You can find her online at bellamiaboutique.ca. She offers hypoallergenic waterproof jewelry, teeth whitening kits, soy candles, and many other self-care products. So it's not just good for the ladies, guys, great presents. Trust me, my sister knows her fashion and knows her stuff and knows her girly things, and she's the ultimate girly girl. So so it looks like we do have a winner, and we're going to announce. And I'm going to play a ballad from this band. Let's see who can guess it. Is that Mary that got it in there first? Good job. Doesn't mean she won the GOAT, but she got in there first for this song. Let's listen for a second.
These eyes cry every night for you. These arms long to hold you again.
Good job, Mary, guessing the song and the band. It was These Eyes by the Guess Who. But more importantly than that, guess who won again? Guess who our winner is for the GOAT? For his third now. I think that's 3 out of like 4 weeks. Congratulations, Teddy. Everybody Give Teddy a round of applause, especially winning on. See, the thing is, JT, Rush is just a personal thing. They are many guys in particular think Rush should be number one, but you know, Guess Who? Yeah, they've sold like something like 65 to 70 million albums worldwide. Sure, they've been around a few years longer, but they were pretty much dying out when Rush came out, and even Nickelback, in some ways, should top Rush, but I couldn't do that. You know, it's so close. 8 million more records. That's a lot of records difference, but yeah, that was a close one between Nickelback and Rush. But I will say this though, I think if you were to do this chart again in 3 or 4 years, Nickelback's going to top both. Nickelback's going to be the biggest Canadian band in history in about 3 years, because yeah, they're still, you know, doing their thing. So the Guess Who, congratulations, Teddy, formed in Winnipeg, Manitoba, way back in 1965. Our GOAT today is legendary Canadian rock band, the Guess Who. This band found its greatest success in the late 1960s and early 1970s under the leadership of singer Burton Cummings and guitarist Randy Bachman. With close to 20 recorded albums between 1966 and 2002, their best-known classics include the song we just heard, These Eyes, 1969, No Time, 1969, American Woman, 1970, No Sugar Tonight, also 1970, and Clap for the Wolfman, 1974. The Guess Who were the first Canadian rock band to have widespread success in the US, and unlike several other Canadian acts of the time, they refused to move to America in order to achieve fame. In 1987, all 4 original members of the Guess Who were inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, and in 2001, they were also added to Canada's Walk of Fame. So congratulations to the Guess Who are Canada's greatest band in the history of music. The Guess Who, Burton Cummings, Randy Bachman, hard to top that. I do predict that Nickelback might take over Rush and thing. I know that's taboo to say in 3 to 4 years, just with, you know, times changing, you know, and stuff, whatnot. Just some honorable mentions before we get to our little after party thing, which I think my sister's going to organize. If anybody wants to come up and chat in the little boxes, we can talk about some Canadian music a bit for a few minutes, and before we shut her down. And you know, there was a winner, JT. It's Teddy. Teddy won. So Teddy now has 3. Just a quick thing, Teddy and Uncle Mike now are tied with 3 championships each, led by Darren, Angie, Hunter, and Jay with 1 each. Remember, you need to win at least one of these memberships to be invited into my Best of the Best tournament, which is going to happen later in the summer or early fall. I'll announce that date soon. And the more championships you win, the bigger advantage you're going to have. So, yeah. Honorable mentions for tonight, Simple Plan, different bands, Rough Trade, Platinum Blonde, Mariana's Trench, The Headpins, Teenage Head, Metric, Broken Social Scene, The Cowboy Junkies, The Arkells, Great Big Sea, and Billy Talent. And with it, a reminder that next week on July 8th, we'll be doing the greatest song remake or cover, whatever you want to call it, of all time. So, you know, you have the original and then somebody comes out with the cover, and the cover is either better or just as good and different. Okay, Prism, there's another one, Teddy, yeah. So the greatest song remake, greatest song cover of all time, next week, July 8th at 8 p.m., live on TikTok and YouTube. And yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. Just be sure and check me out on any social media that you prefer. I'm pretty much on all of them. You can easily find me by going to your favorite social media and just typing in a search for DJ Ray's Music. Alternately, you can check out my website at djraysmusic.com. And thank you, Elsie Baz. And hopefully you're part of the fam now. I'd like to see you around a little more. You did really well tonight. Okay, so that does it for this portion of the show. We're going